This is officially my favourite compact camera for underwater photography. Hello there to all of you people out in YouTube land. Welcome back to The Diving Developer, your channel for deep dives into technology, renewable energy, and literal deep dives too. Today we're looking at a 7-year-old compact point and shoot camera, the Canon G7x Mark II. Originally released in 2016, the PowerShot G7x Mark II, which is still being sold at full price in some camera stores, is Canon's premium point and shoot camera. Back then, Obama was still US president, and it was still 4 months until the Brexit vote. The camera has a robust metal body construction, and no flex in it at all, and it weighs 320 grams, about half that of a modern mirrorless APS-C camera. The switches and buttons are all made from metal, and with some rubberized plastic on the hand grip, and some plasticky parts like the built-in lens cover. It has a flippy touchy screen that's 3 inches diagonally with 1 million pixels. This camera's user interface is second nature to users of other Canon cameras. It's one reason why I preferred using this over the much newer Sony ZV-1, a camera which had better specs but a worse user interface. The touchscreen is as responsive as any modern smartphone, and the camera itself is really quick and responsive. Talking of being quick, this camera lens has a really fast 1.8 focal ratio maximum aperture. That's really wide, that's really bright. So to accompany that, it also comes with built-in ND filters, something that you only see on really high-end sort of video cameras. Not even my Canon R6 Mark II that I'm filming this with has built-in ND filters. ND filters act like sunglasses for the camera, which means that you can shoot it wide open, letting in maximum amount of light, giving you that shallow depth of field even on a bright sunny day. Now onto the sensor. The G7x Mark II houses a 20.1 megapixel 1-inch type CMOS sensor that, in combination with the Digic 7 image processor, captures stellar image quality and impressive low light performance. So this image was taken about an hour after sunset, and the only light is from the camera's built-in flash. I'm not even using an external strobe here. The fact that the camera could pick up just the ambient light reflecting off my mask meant that it was in focus. Quite impressive. The optics of this lens are a bright variable focal ratio, f1.8 to f2.8 range, which photographers call fast, and a 24 to 100 millimeters equivalent focal range zoom lens. And my favourite thing? The lens is optically stabilized, which compensates for shaky underwater footage with up to 4 stops of image stabilization. The ISO range stretches from 125 to 12,800, making it perfectly equipped to tackle the varying lighting conditions underwater. Realistically, I tend to keep it as low as I can, unless it's particularly dark, in which case it will also be too dark to focus reliably too. When on land, the camera has an AF assist beam, just a little orange light that pops out here. But you can't use that light underwater. I tend to use a dive torch to assist the camera with focusing, and a single strobe to light my subject. I don't want to use any more than this, as the whole point of my camera rig is to keep things compact and small. A lot of the diving I do involves either an entry into waves or surf, or if there's swell or current, meaning a larger camera rig will act as a sail. Now, I found my current photography setup to be in a kind of sweet spot. When I'm underwater, I drive a Canon TTL compatible flash via a fibre optic sync flash cable. Now, this reads the required flash power from the power of the pop-in flash. This pop-up flash, which is built in, which is quite nice because you can actually angle it for almost off-camera flash by sort of pointing it up to sort of bounce it off a ceiling. Just a little lever here to pop it up again. Now, this flash can be used to drive other TTL flashes via a fibre optic cable. It is also possible to use the pop-up flash on its own sometimes, just like I did in this underwater night selfie. Just look at the colours and detail in these images and video. The Canon G7x Mark II, even after all these years, doesn't disappoint. Now, sure, it doesn't shoot in 4K at most, it's 1080p at 60 frames a second. And yes, it uses only micro USB here. When the results are this good, who's complaining? Well, I am, a bit. I wish it had 4K 60 and USB-C. The battery life is fine for my use, which is at least 2 hours of continuous shooting. On paper, that's 240 shots onto an SD or SDHC card at up to UHS speed class 1. Transferring your images via Wi-Fi is really handy as well. It uses the same app as all of the other Canon cameras do, the Canon Camera Connect app, and you can even transfer images whilst this is inside an underwater case. So you don't need to take it out of the case to transfer your images off. So useful. What this camera can do is shoot at 8 frames a second with a buffer of 19 images in RAW before it needs to save them to the card and go into sort of standby saving mode, or shoot up to 30 images in JPEG at 8 frames a second. That's really handy for capturing rapid moving seals. In conclusion, the Canon G7x Mark II is a solid performer and a reliable companion for any underwater adventurer. It might not have the latest tech, but it's got character, quality, and a proven track record, and sometimes that's all you need. So that is my deep dive into the Canon G7x Mark II. If this video helped you, consider giving it a thumbs up, sharing it with some of your fellow friends or divers, and subscribing to this channel for more underwater tech reviews. Until next time, keep diving, keep exploring, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.